Hi, welcome to my channel. Today will be another declutter video. If you've been to my channel before and seen one of my declutter videos, you know that whenever I'm in front of my bed like this, it's because we're doing a declutter video. And today is no different. I wanted to declutter highlighters today, but I have a few highlighters in the office. I want to wait until I'm able to bring those home so that I can have my full highlighter collection to declutter. So instead, we will be decluttering through my foundations. So in front of me, I have all of my liquid foundations, BB creams, CC creams, anything in liquid form I will be going through, and one stick foundation, I think. Yes. And or creams. I'm not going through powder foundation. I have one in my purse and I have some to go through to figure out where all my powder foundations are. So for today, we will only be going through liquid foundations and cream foundations, just to make this a little bit more simple. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. Also like this video and share it with your friends. Ring that notification bell, you'll be notified of my weekly uploads. Let's get started. If you're newer to my channel and you probably don't know how this works out, so let me explain a little bit. I'm going to go through all of my foundations that are in front of me. For this one, similar to my, I think it was my lipstick declutter, I will have 3 piles. I will have the keep pile to my right hand side over here. I will have my giveaway pile over here to my left side. And then I'll have another section up here on my left side also that will be my trash pile. Now for these foundations, some of them have been here for years. And not like 2 years, maybe like 4, 5, 6 years. I have some very old foundations. So I feel like a lot of these will end up in the trash pile. Let's see if we can reduce how many foundations I have in front of me, because this is ridiculous. Now, I am first going through this little container, which I keep on my vanity. So these are probably mostly going to be keep foundations, and then we'll kind of go through the rest. The rest of the foundations have been stored in my little makeup storage unit that I have by my vanity, so then we'll go through those. But let's get started first with whatever I keep on my vanity in this little container. So we'll start off with a very new purchase. It's the e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream. I just purchased this not too long ago and I have a video using this. I did a wear test on it. So I am liking it so far. I'm going to keep this. I also have a few pretty fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer foundations by ColourPop. I have 3 colors here. I have Fair 4N, I have Medium 9W, and Medium 12W. Now, Fair it's a fluke. ColourPop sent me a free one to test, and so despite all the information I gave them, they somehow sent me Fair as the color. So this will be on the left side. Now I'm trying to assess if this is something that I need to trash. Let's say give it away. Now the other 2, 9W and 12W, which are both medium shades, I will be keeping. I do like that foundation. I also have a couple ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating foundations. I have the colors Medium 80W and Medium 100W. I also like these foundations. I will be keeping them both. Because they're so affordable, I tend to buy multiple shades just to make sure I get the right one, but then also I mix and match when I'm more fair or a little bit more tan, so keeping those. I also have this Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation. This is in the color Natural Beige 75. This is something that I am still liking and I'm going to keep this. So those are all the things in this container. This usually sits on my vanity as well. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. It is the Dewy finish. I have the color Cream Beige. I will be keeping this as well. Next I have the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation in the color 460. I do like this. I think I need another color or 2. I feel like I just, not decluttered, I feel like I just trashed one because I finished it and I don't remember if this one's too light or too dark. But I do like this foundation and I am going to keep it whether it's too dark or too light because it is one that I tend to mix with other colors. So we'll put that in the keep pile. That one also sits on my vanity usually. This one was on my vanity in another container. It's the Physicians Formula The Healthy Foundation Brightening Complex. I believe that they discontinued this one. I really enjoyed this foundation. I really, really enjoyed it, but it is really, really low, and I've had it for a really long time. They've discontinued it. I'm not able to buy it, so we are going to trash this one. This Revlon Colorstay Full Cover Foundation. It's matte in the color Natural Tan 330. I don't remember what my thoughts on this are, but I'm gonna get rid of it. Yeah, it's a little too tan for me, even when I'm my tannest, so I'm going to get rid of it. We'll put it on the giveaway pile to see if anybody's interested in it. Okay, I have a couple, I hope I don't have any more, of the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer. I have the color Light Beige and Warm Beige. I can already see that this one is breaking up. This one's the number 5 Warm Beige. I did like these, but it's been years since I've had them, so I'm going to trash these because I don't feel like they're good anymore. Here we have another ColourPop. This was, I think, their original foundation. Their no filter foundation. I have the color Light 70. I never really enjoyed this. I used it a couple of times, but it definitely was not a favorite foundation. I don't know how old this is. I'm going to put it in the giveaway pile and hope that it's still good for somebody else. It doesn't look separated, and so we'll put it there and kind of see what happens because it is pretty full. I have this Dermablend Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigments. This is something you're supposed to be able to mix with other pigments to help darken or lighten it. It is in the color 30N. I received this free from Influencer a really long time ago, and I never really liked it. This is a little bit too rosy of a tone for me. I tend to lean more neutral to warm than I do more cool tone, so I'm going to get rid of this because it's a little bit too cool for me. Huh. Is this the same thing? Oh no. Dream Radiant Liquid Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. It's a full coverage protective makeup in 220 Natural Beige. Ew. It's a little separated. I don't know how old this is, so I'm gonna get rid of it. It's a good color for me though, but it was more liquid than it was foundation that came out. I don't remember what my thoughts are on this. A lot of these foundations are so old that I don't remember, so we're gonna trash that one to be on the safe side. Moving on to my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in Natural Beige 105. I enjoyed this while I had it. I also had, I believe they had a hydrating version that I also really enjoyed, but it is very low, and then eventually I transitioned to this one, their Infallible 24-hour foundation. So this is pretty empty already. I did use it quite a bit when I had it. I'm going to trash this. All right, sticking to L'Oreal since we have it here, Infallible Total Cover in Natural Beige 305. I don't remember what my thoughts are on this, but it doesn't look like I use this a lot. And again, too much liquid. I feel like it's separated and it needs to be in the trash. Oh yeah, this is gross. So this one is going in the trash. I have a Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I just used this recently in a full face using Fenty. And this is the foundation that I'm wearing today. I'm going to keep this. It is newer as far as my foundations go, and I am still playing around with it and seeing my thoughts on it, so I'm going to keep this. I have a Nars Velvet Matte Skin Tint in the color Saint Moritz Medium 1. This is pretty old, and it has an SPF 30, and I hate to throw away anything that is from Nars, but I don't even know if they make this anymore or if they have a different type of skin tint. But I am going to need something for the summer, so I am going to look for one in the store and figure out what I want to use next. But this is going in the trash. I have a couple Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth foundations. I have the colors 210 Sandy Beige and 240 Golden Beige. I remember really enjoying these, but these are very old. Again, I have a lighter and a darker one, especially with drugstore or affordable foundations. I always have two. These are very, very old, so it's time to trash these. I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in 1W2 Sand. Now, for some reason, I don't use this very frequently, probably because it is a little bit light for me, and I feel like I also don't use very full coverage foundations very often, but I am going to hang on to this a little bit longer, maybe find some darker foundations that I have to mix with it and kind of test it out mixing it and see if I really like it. I know some people rave about this foundation, so I still need to play with this a little bit more. I have a couple IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus creams foundations. I have the color light and medium. I bought these for a vacation that I went on. I don't remember which one, but somewhere sunny. And it's been a long time since I've been anywhere sunny. So I remember liking these for what they are because they have high SPF and they have coverage, but these are really old, so it's time to trash these. Next, I have the Flower BB Cream in the shade BB2. I've had this for quite a bit of time, and I just opened it, and it's a little bit light for me, but also I can't stand the scent of this foundation. It is too powdery and fragranced and perfumey, and I don't like things that are that fragranced. So I am going to put this in the giveaway pile. Next, let's go to this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin in the color Light Medium 530. Why did I buy this if I do not have oily skin? Tell me. Ew, it's just liquid. Okay, this is in the trash. I need a napkin. I need something to wipe this with. Why did I decide it was a good idea to test some of these out on my hand? Probably because I want to see the colors of some of these. Okay, next is the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation in the color 75 Natural Beige. How many times am I going to say natural beige? I feel like everything is natural beige. This has got to go. It has broken up and it's disgusting. I don't remember what my thoughts are on it. It's not very well used, so I'm guessing I didn't really care for it, and it's too dark for me anyways, so trash. Next, we have the Neutrogena Protect and Tint Tinted Moisturizer in Light to Tan 30. Oh, well, this came out nice. All right, I'm gonna hang on to this a little bit longer just because warm weather is coming. It is very light coverage, which I'm liking. This will be kind of good for the spring and summer. I don't know how it'll work out, but I will likely keep you posted in a future video since we really are cutting down my foundation stash. So hopefully I'll get to use this on a random video and let you know how I like that. We have the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare. I also have a foundation wear test for this foundation. I won this for free in a giveaway that was hosted by Danny from Coffee Break with Danny and IT Cosmetics. So I was very fortunate in receiving this for free to test it out. I have the color medium neutral 31.5. Now the color is not perfect for me, but it does work okay. So I'm gonna hold on to this a little bit longer because it is newer. I have a L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick Foundation in the color Sand Sable 405. Oh my gosh. I finished this already. I really liked it. I finished it. It like I was dipping into it because I wanted more product, and it is a really good color match for me. So it might be something that I reconsider looking into, but otherwise this is going into my empties pile. It is officially an empty, and so it's in a throwaway, but I'm going to put this in the empties because it is a completely empty foundation. Some of these others are not, but this one is, so we'll put that in an empties. That'll be a video coming up pretty soon. Okay, I have another Fenty Beauty foundation. Before the Hydrating foundation came out, they came out with their Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I have the color 240, which I think is the same color as my other one. Is it? No, it's not. This one's 230, this is 240. I'm gonna hang on to this and try it out again. I feel like this color looks like it would be a better match for me than the other Fenty one. I completely forgot I had this. So we're gonna keep this and test it out a little bit and see what my thoughts are, because I also have a Fenty primer that I purchased with this one, I think, and so it's worth trying out a little bit more, even though it's meant more for people with oily skin, I feel like, but why not? I have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation in Camel 17. I remember really liking this foundation. Does it even have any in it? That sounds gross. I'm not even gonna test it. I'm gonna put this in the trash, but I really liked it. I can tell that it's pretty low, but it's time to go in the trash. But I did really like this when I used this. We're going into this little container. Here, let me pick it up so you can see. That is inside of my drawers with all my extra makeup that doesn't fit on my vanity. Next is this Tarte BB Tinted Treatment Primer in the color Medium Tan. Expires February of 2017. That's 4 years ago. Obviously going in the trash. I'm disgusting. I have two Wet n Wild foundations. I have one in soft beige and one in golden beige. I know that I kept one. This one says dewy and these do not. So I'm guessing these were the version that came out before this. And so these are older than this one, and I don't use this one. So I'm just gonna go back and forth. This one and this one and this one. I'm going to put both of these in the giveaway pile, and maybe someone will get use out of these. Put this one back in my keep pile. We had already talked about that. I have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation in the color Light Sand. I used quite a bit of it. It's right down here on the bottom. I remember liking this, but I do know that this is very, very old, so let's put it in the trash. I have this Nars foundation in medium 2 Santa Fe. It's their Sheer Glow foundation. This is also very old. I love Nars, and I did love this foundation. This is probably the second or third one that I ever purchased of this foundation. This was probably the first real foundation that I used regularly. But for some reason I stopped, probably because I bought too many other foundations and it just wasn't good enough for me. So I know that this is really old and we're gonna trash it. I have this Too Faced Born This Way and Detectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation in Light Beige. I never really got into this. I know that people really loved this when it first came out, and I just never got into it. Now looking through this bottle, it looks like it's a little bit too dark for me, but it is very old and I'm just gonna trash it. But I never liked it. It was never one of my go-to foundations. I have an e.l.f. foundation in Sand. I have another e.l.f. foundation. Is this the e.l.f. foundation that I have? I think this is the e.l.f. foundation that I got pretty recently. That my best friend gave me, I think, and I hope. Nope. Ha ha ha. Okay, so we'll do these together, because I have two of them. So I had Sand, which if it was in that box, it's probably really, really old. So we'll trash this one, but I also have a newer one, the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation in the color 240 Vanilla. My best friend bought it, but it was too light for her, I believe, and so she gave it to me. And I'm gonna hold on to this. I have the Kojan Do High Definition Makeup Aqua Foundation in the color 213. I bought it because there was a time when everybody was using this foundation and raving about it. And I think I bought it because Nikki Tutorials would always use this. But this color was always too light for me and I never exchanged it. Poor choice on my end. But I'm gonna put this in the giveaway pile. Next is this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir in the color 725 Buff Beige. Expired in December 2018. Trash. Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation in G40. Does this have an expiration date on it? It does not, but I know that it's very old. So we are going to trash it. I don't know how old this is. Again, I feel like all the ones that are in this little container are really, really old. I have a Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the color Santa Fe Medium 2. I also liked this one. This was a different formula. This was like this very thin formula that got this mixed review because it was best applied with fingertips. So once you use the heat and warmth of your fingertips to apply it, it was a very good foundation. Now, I feel like Nars came out with a newer foundation not too long ago that I do want to try, but this one is very old, so we are going to trash it. I have this Nars Radiant Cream Compact Foundation in Medium 2 Santa Fe. It is a cream foundation, but it is very old. So same as everything I've just talked about, because it's been in this container, it's too old and I'm gonna throw it in the trash. And last, I have this Tarte Amazonian Clay Smoothing Balm in medium. So I didn't use it very much. I didn't like it very much. So this is also going in the trash because it is very old. There you go. A foundation declutter. For the first time in my declutters, I have far more being decluttered than I have on my keep pile. So let's see how many I'm keeping, how many I'm throwing away, and how many I'm gonna give away if anybody will take them or possibly trash. So let's see here. I am keeping 14 foundations. I am throwing out 26 foundations, and I'm giving away 7 foundations. Holy moly. Getting rid of 35 and keeping 14. I'm getting rid of double the amount of what I'm keeping. That blows my mind. Wow. But I knew that this was gonna happen just because I knew so many of these products were old and just I needed to go through them, and I hadn't, and I finally did, and I'm really happy that I did. But there you go, a foundation declutter. What foundations are you using right now? What are your favorites? Is there something that I'm missing that I should be testing out that I've not tested out yet? Or is one of your favorites something that I'm throwing out? I'd like to know. I think I'll do highlighters next. Unless there's something else you'd like to see, please let me know, but otherwise I'm thinking highlighters will be next. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, now would be the time to do so. Like this video, share it with your friends, and ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.